Morning. Good morning, TV. Good morning, my dear listener. It's nice to be here once again, a day before the International Workers' Day. Amici, I must tell you that Nigerians workers are anxiously waiting for what the president will announce, and they have been banding 1 million all around 615,000, and some
as minimum wage.
yes, and some people dampen some workers' mind by saying, "Oh, government will just give you 70,000 or thereabout." But let's briefly go to Edo State. Amici Adam Soshemole, comrade, former president of NLC, former chairman of APC, two-time governor of Edo State, started this trend when Jonathan increased to 18,000 naira in 2011. Before the increment, Oshemole jumped to increase 25,000 naira monthly salary, minimum wage in Edo State. He started that trend, and thank thank thanks Obaseki, he tried to maintain that trend. He upped the game by 2019 to 40,000 naira, while the federal government remained at 30,000. Now he has lifted to 70,000. I hope the federal government will not remain at 50 or 60, because that has remained a trend now. You look at 25, government remain at 18, 40, government remain at 30, and now 70. Where will government remain? And kudos to Obaseki. Yesterday he commissioned the Labour House yesterday, where he had every other Labour leader there, and in naming the house after Adam Soshomole. Probably some people say he wants to tap from the wealth of knowledge of the former Labour leader. But going forward, Amici, what does the Nigerian worker want? A living wage or a minimum wage? The International Labour Organization defined living wage as a fair wage, which is above the minimum but below the living wage. And what does that mean? How do you, what do you pay? How much do you pay for transportation daily? How much do you pay for
Living
feeding?
wage is the wage that will take care of your basic needs.
Your
Minimum
needs.
wage is the one federal government says they can afford to pay.
No, I'm giving you the international definition of
Yes,
it.
I know.
Is a fair living wage is above the minimum. Yes, it's above the minimum, but you have is what you need to keep up as a worker daily. That is why over there, across the borders, across the seas, I mean, they've approved what they call wages and weekly pay and bi-weekly pay, so they can be able to manage this minimum wage. I have been here campaigning, advocating that we come back to paying weekly salary or bi-weekly salary. Don't pay monthly salary. Some agencies, I must tell you, Amici, some agencies pay their senior staff bi-weekly, and they pay other staff monthly. So we need to look at very well, how do you manage this minimum wage issue or this living wage issue? Is it by paying wages? Is it by paying bi-weekly or weekly?
Mechi, good morning to you. Good morning, listener. It's nice when you hear a comrade in the struggle speak the way Abulu has spoken. But I think the Nigerian labor laws are very clear. If we're talking of wages, we have to go back to an amendment, perhaps, in which direction we are headed. Because I know that